In this video, I'm going to show you how to create custom groups of stations. We already know that in ChargePoint, stations are organized physically into radio groups that consist of one or more charging stations located in the same area. We were required to set up radio groups when we activated our stations. For more information about radio groups, please watch the video called Activating Charging Stations. But we can also organize our stations into custom groups, regardless of where the stations are located. In fact, we can group stations any way we want. Custom groups are completely optional, but they're an essential tool for managing large numbers of stations. One reason to group together stations into custom groups is to make them easy to configure in a common way. For example, we can apply the same access policy and pricing policy to an entire group of stations in one simple step, rather than applying those policies individually to each station. Another reason to group stations is to make them easy to administer. In this case, we would group stations together based on who has responsibility for managing them, and then configure each of our admins to have access to the appropriate groups of stations. In addition, using the global filter, we can easily set up our dashboard, reports, and other screens in ChargePoint to display only the data associated with stations in the selected groups. Now that we know how groups could be used, let's walk through an example of creating custom groups of stations. Our organization, Ojai Galleria, wants all stations located at the back of our parking lots to be reserved for employees. The stations in the front lot are for visitors to use. So we'll create two custom groups to make it easy to apply access policies, one group for employees and another for visitors. We log into ChargePoint, click Manage Stations, and then click Create Group. We specify a name and description for our custom group, which we're calling Employees, and then specify that this is a custom group and not a radio group. When we choose Custom Group, we have the option